Hello, I would like to share my situation. Yesterday and today it was first time when the scammers almost caught me. And they were manipulating by a very emotional moment. It was the message from my friend. Of course, it wasn't her. Please, it's my relative, a young girl, a child, she's ill, and there is a competition of the drawings. The thing is that she is a painter and she gives the courses for the children, so for me as well it was something like linked with her. So yeah, and I clicked the link and I voted. And I remember the times when I had a friend who participated in a lot of competitions, and she always asked me to vote for her. Even sometimes she won, so it was like, yeah, great, I contributed for her win, etc. So I did it, and only then I saw in another messenger that she wrote actually that be careful, my account in Telegram was pirated, etc., etc., etc. And today the bank telephone called me, Banque Cantonale de Genève, and they tried to put pressure on me to give them. They said it's a tentative of the scam. It was them was scammers. Of course, I was first like, what? And the way they speak, the way they put pressure on you, it's like really very, very emotional, and you feel really caught, like you're obliged, you have to. Hopefully I gave no information, and I called the bank, and of course when I called the bank it was a real bank. But I was really shocked that when they call you, actually you see the number of the bank, so you can think that it's a real call. Of course there was a lot of cues. First of all, of course, I was vigilant, because I don't know how we say in English, vigilant in French, because I thought that it would be something, because I couldn't understand like what they want with this. When I clicked the link, and it was the number to put, I don't know what, the code, and it was like my brain explained to myself yesterday when I put this code that of course when you vote for someone, you have to vote just once, so you have to put some information about you, that if not you will vote each 5 minutes, and then you see. So, but actually I even didn't check, it was just my explanation. And the thing, I saw it in the evening, it was quite late, so my concentration, etc., was like not perfect, and my mind was a little bit fluid, yeah, not very concentrated. So what I realized with this situation is that it's really, this emotional pressure can be really very unpleasant, and it can really tricks, really. And now I know that with the deepfake, etc., they even can, the scammers, they can, I've heard about it. Hopefully for now it never happened with me. Because actually, normally I had the scammers on the Facebook when they said, we want to buy your drawings, blah, 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 and then like, we want to buy it NFT, or we'll send you the code. So it was quite evident, quite quickly. Once it was not at all, and I actually didn't understand what he wanted exactly. It was as well person on Facebook that wrote, I like your drawings, but I would like to be kind of your dealer, because I know for whom I can sell them, and we spoke by phone and blah blah blah, but by Facebook, by Messenger, and then he proposed to sign the non-disclosure contract. Then I asked my husband, he said like, why, what not disclosure, what is it? And then we asked ChatGPT what was the scam, because then of course that person, of course I said, we can discuss it when you come to my office, I will show my drawings and etc, etc. Of course then he disappeared completely. So we asked ChatGPT what is the scam, and ChatGPT said like, it takes a lot of your information, it collects information about you, and then it can try to get an access for your bank accounts, etc. And so now, now I'm speaking, and actually the problem is that scammers, they can unregister my voice. Maybe it was as well for that, actually, that scammer from Facebook. And then fake it and call my husband or wherever, and tell something, I don't know, I'm in trouble, send me money, something like that. So we have to be really like very prudent, much more than before, because now with all this deepfake, etc., we put our faces, videos in the social media, and to fake our message is easier and easier and easier, unfortunately. So if you want to know if it's me, really me, ask me, I don't know, a personal question, something like that, and me, sorry, even if it's your real link, you want to send me an article or something, I will now ask questions like, is that really you? Can you prove it? Because actually, like, my friends send me links, etc. When it's weird link, I see it, and then I ask, like, is that really you? And I ask some personal questions. It's already arrived, like, in my life for a lot of years. But this, I don't know how, but they found a way to write it in such a friendly way that I really thought that that's my friend. I feel, and as well for me as a psychologist, very interesting moment, the pressure that they put on me, emotional pressure, like do. Even if I knew that it was the scammers, I was lost. It was like, what do you want of me? And actually I gave some information, not the numbers of course, but I gave some information. Because it's like, that's from that bank, and then they realized what bank I have, because they called me from from Geneva Bank, and I don't have account in Geneva Bank. Now you know it well. But I said like, but my bank is this one, and then they tried to call me from my bank. Like, really think I'm stupid. But anyhow, I clicked the link, I did all this procedure, so they got my surname, etc, etc. They could start to talk with me, and that was horrible. And so really the feeling, even if at least for now nothing was lost, my time is very, very precious. As well, I had very, very uncomfortable situation today with my client, who actually not my client, someone who subscribed and finally didn't come, and yeah, not nice situation. So I have to make my rules about the consultations very strict, much more stricter than now, and then normal people will suffer from it, because I will have very, very, very strict rules, payment in advance, etc, etc, because of this person. So my day is quite horrible. I have very uncomfortable feeling here, like I was really scammed. I was scammed by this client, whose behavior was really like not normal at all. Like, take the appointment on one dog, then didn't come, then I called, then it was very weird conversation. I said like, okay, if you didn't understand some things, but you can come anyhow, like a little bit late, no problem, I will waiting for you. I was waiting, I didn't go to eat. I wanted to say heureusement, hopefully I had something to eat here, but yeah, it blocked all my day, and finally they didn't come. It have to be two-person actually. Mom and daughter, and they didn't come. And so I realized that I'm talking all the time about the limits with my clients, of course. Like, first thing to establish, that's the limits. Talking about limits, how you feel your limits, do you respect your limits, do you respect limits of others, etc. And I didn't, somewhere I see that I didn't respect my limits because I had the fraction of my limits. Someone broke them twice in 24 hours. So now I will be very, very, very careful, and I have to really revise and to reinforce my personal limits, not to let anyone to hurt me again. I'm not in a bad mood because I know how to relativize, how to say like, okay, there is a bad days, there is good days, and especially what lesson I can take from this, and how I can, actually that's the marker that I have to improve something in myself. And for me, that's precious as well. Sorry for a long speech. I hope it was not very boring. I don't think so. And I think even if it was a little bit messy, I spoke about some quite important things. So I would be happy to have a discussion, comments, etc. Enjoy your day.